I know your background because you and I worked at City together, but would you like to introduce yourself to the chat and just let us know a bit about you and whatever you'd like to share about your career?
Yeah, thanks, Dennis. And first off, thanks very much for having me on today. Great to be to the wider viewership. And please, I say, do fire in questions that you may have. So, how do I explain my career, reasonably quickly? Because as Dennis kindly alluded to, I've been around quite a number of years, heading on towards 25 years, despite you wouldn't guess the hairline wouldn't portray that at all. Well, I uh, in North Ireland, and it was in Belfast. Gone through my school and university there, firms, which was Deloitte's, and actually that was one of the best experiences that I had because basically I got the opportunity to get exposed to just about every single service line that they had. The office was quite small, which meant that they basically used a lot of their junior staff who were just coming in to plug gaps, work on different projects and everything. And that was probably the best sort of training that I could have got rather than specializing early on. And that gave me this great opportunity to see what I liked, what I didn't like. So I certainly found out that I really didn't like doing tax work. That was not the most exciting work. But I then found this one area called internal audit. And that's where I fell in love with the career journey that I've been on for all those 20 years since. One of the things that I did do, I took the opportunity to come over to London. It was only meant to be like a 6-month secondment, where I was going to come over, get some experience working in London, and then go back to Northern Ireland. But as my mother keeps joking with me, she said, "You're still on that longest 6-month secondment ever, 20 years later." I just never went back. And the reason behind that was it was the exposure to the different clients that I was meeting in London. Whilst the clients in Belfast were brilliant as well, I was getting exposed to international clients, getting opportunities to travel around the world, and this was just amazing for me. And I just absolutely loved every single moment of it. And from there, I then got the opportunity to work in a number of other institutions, like Goldman Sachs, Royal Bank of Scotland, or as it's now known, NatWest, and obviously City, where Dennis and I worked together for many years. And so my career has gone through various different cycles. And one of the things that I would, and we can talk about it later on, is to take those opportunities to get those different exposures to different roles, just challenge yourself constantly, and just also be prepared to fail. And that's what I did as well. I went for certain roles and I took on certain responsibilities that, I learned from them in a completely different way. I didn't maybe learn the technical side of the house. I learned management skills, people management skills, and things like that. And that's what what I look at. The most was most important for me across all those years. And I say my time at Goldman's, I covered internal audit, compliance, AML, financial crime work there. Whenever I worked at Royal Bank of Scotland, I was covering their finance risk portfolio as well as compliance. And then at City, I spent a number of years going through different roles, again, focusing on financial crime, but also had the great opportunity of leading the UK team for a period of time, right during COVID as well, of all of the things. So that was, I timed that new role quite well. That was an interesting challenge. But it was, again, something that I would not have got the opportunity to do, leading a group of people through a very difficult time that the world was facing. And it was, being there for them, listening to them, and it basically took me away from just being an auditor and being more as a people person. So that's a quick summation.